name's Justin?
Yeah.
And you were released from the jail last Thursday, so 3 days ago.
Yes.
How long were you in there for?
3 months.
Wow.
And they haven't been doing none of the testing for the corona, and then they do it every now and then. I don't know how often they do that, but it's been in every pod in the jail.
The virus has been in every pod?
Every pod. Somebody's tested positive.
So it's in every part of the jail?
It's been in every part of the jail.
Wow.
And officers say that it's already been in every pod, so you're not going to get away from it.
So they pretty much just given up on the idea of containing it?
Pretty much.
Did you ever test positive?
I don't know what my results were.
So you were tested, but you also were never given your results?
I don't know. I got released before I had the results.
When were you tested? Shortly before you were released?
Like a couple of days before.
Okay, so you were included in that statewide testing that happened last week. And so you also, we talked to a gentleman a couple days ago who also told us that he never got his results either. So you also didn't get your results.
No.
When you were released, were you given any kind of face mask or anything like that?
I already had a face mask they have face masks in the pods.
They do, because we were getting a lot of reports that there weren't face masks available.
There are face masks available.
Okay.
But the deal is, some people don't want to wear them.
Huh. What did the face masks look like? Like what you're wearing right now?
Not like this. They're blue and white.
So they're the disposable ones.
They're the disposable ones.
Okay.
And we only get one of those, and then we keep reusing that same one.
Right, that's what we heard, yeah. If you got one, and that's it. So we saw some images of like people wearing their masks showing that there were holes in them so big they could stick their fingers through.
Now see, me, I don't know how that could happen unless somebody made holes. I don't know.
They were just showing us really worn masks. Like one woman had been using the same mask for more than a month.
But then I could see that with the disposable mask.
Yeah, that's what they're showing us, disposable masks. But did you see any masks that weren't disposable?
No, only the guards were wearing ones that were.
Like if they had personal ones that they were wearing?
They had personal ones like this.
Were the guards really good at keeping their masks on, or did they pull their masks down?
Some of them would go like this whenever they talk to you at the cell. Mm-hmm. But other than that, some of them would keep it like this.
Yeah.
While they talk with you.
So guards would pull their mask down and talk into the cell? And
then, talk to you while you're right there, especially in isolation pods. Or when they would sit behind the desk, I've seen some of the guards just go like this.
Really? Trying to keep my distance. Heather, cool. We'll get some elastic. What about the other conditions inside the jail? We got some reports of inhumane conditions, just like no access to cleaning supplies and inadequate sanitation and things like that.
Like there's certain deals that they'll give us. Literally, sometimes you go in the cells, and I've been in some of the cells, like they have the other trustee inmates clean the cells, and sometimes they don't even clean the cells properly. I had a bad issue with that myself. And you can see sometimes in the toilet bowl that you have literally gooey crap that's on there. Having to clean the cell, you have to literally ask. And some of the guards won't give it to you. They say a trustee has to clean your cell. And some inmates like me wanted to clean the cells.
That we got other reports like that from inmates saying they were trying to get cleaning supplies but were denied access. What about the food? We got some reports about expired food being served. Did you have any experiences with foul food?
I don't know really, except for sometimes when I first got in there, the bread seemed like it was like mildew.
We got a report, a gentleman who was a trustee told us that there was bread that was donated and it had an expiration date on it of March 13th, but they were serving it on July 17th.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because I had to get I had to literally go through medical so many times because I was puking up, and it could have been from the food that was being served or whatnot, but it took me a good while to get the food.
What was medical like when you asked for medical care? What was the response like?
Depending, and one time, like literally I filed a grievance and they literally were very disrespectful conduct at first, and then they finally just started, they're separate from the jail.
The medical?
But they have their way just like the guards have their own way of doing things.
Sure. So what kind of medical attention? You said you were throwing up and stuff. What kind of medical relief, or were you given any kind of treatment or symptom treatment for that?
I had to sign up for sick call and literally wait. I've done puked over a bunch of times before I went to sick call. Like you have to wait a certain amount of days. You can't go right as you're puking so much, and you can't keep nothing down. So you're not eating, you're starving.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share about your experience before I go back to the corner? No?
Not really.
Okay. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Is it okay if I share this story on the radio?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you
Yep.
taking the time. Be well.
You too.
All right.